Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku prayer. Please stand. Takamahara ni kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumeni oya kamui sanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachihana no oto no agi harani misogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru harai dono o kamitachi moro moro no magagoto tsumike gare o harai tamai kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomoni ame no fuchi koma no mini uritatete hikoshi meseto kashigomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hare tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hare tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hare tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hare tamae. Kamnagara tamachi haimase. Kamnagara tamachi haimase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Faith. Even in this dark world, let us live with peace of mind, knowing that we are guided by the eternal light of God. While on earth, let us have true faith in God, quietly doing all that we can without fanfare for the welfare of others. In our search for truth, we may read thousands of books, but unless we have faith within, all our seeking ends in failure and illusion. Our goal is to create paradise on earth, but that has to begin on a smaller scale with the creation of paradise in our homes and families. For that to occur, paradise must reside in our hearts. And having paradise in one's heart means there can be no suffering in one's mind. Impatience is a form of suffering, as is agonizing over plans that have not worked out. We must rise above suffering. The best way to negate suffering is through gratitude. In this way, paradise will reign within one's own mind. The past age has been referred to as the age of night, the age of hell. Even those with firm faith in God could not totally rid themselves of the sufferings of hell. However, the age of night is finally ending. We are about to enter the daylight age, and our organization will play a leading role in creating paradise. Therefore, as I said earlier, be careful not to foster suffering within your own mind, but rather create paradise within yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. This morning I had this faith experience from Valdiclea Oliveira de Lima. She's from Natal, Brazil. Valdiclea, now 41 years old, experienced the separation of her parents when she was a teenager. Their relationship had always been very conflict, which included her to induced her to harbor negative feelings towards her father. She had no gratitude for him, and for years, Valdiclea avoided even hearing about him. Several times she received advice from close friends who encouraged her to seek him out and resolve their situation. However, she never had the strength to do so. Valdiclea joined our faith in 2014, having been guided by her art teacher. At the time, she was suffering from inflammation of her inner ear, a condition called labyrinthitis. Fortunately, she showed great improvement after receiving Johrei. Since then, she has been trying to change her attitude and feelings, and by doing so, allow herself to get closer to her father. To this end, under the guidance of ministers, she made special efforts in giving service. Valdiclea invested herself in the mitamambigaki practice, which is the dedicating oneself to the cleaning of his or her surroundings as a soul policy. And she also put her father's name on the altar for prayers, among other practices. By 2019, the desire to meet him had increased, yet her fear remained. However, in January 2020, Valdiclea reported to her minister that she now had the desire to resolve the issue once and for all. Following his guidance, she began to read Meishu-sama's teachings more frequently and committed to regularly cleaning the Johrei Center's outer room. Additionally, while receiving Johrei, which she did with great frequency, she visualized that divine light would reach her father through their spiritual cords. In April of 2020, she sent several messages to her father inquiring about his health. Baudelaire was surprised and happy that he responded without questioning after so many years with no contact between them. Since most people had to be quarantined as a result of the pandemic, she intensified our practice of faith at home and exchanged messages with her father almost daily. At the end of August 2020, she finally made the decision to pay him a visit. When she arrived at his house, her father received her with warmth and affection. They talked a lot, and he asked Baudelaire to forgive him for the mistakes he had made. This reunion was extremely important to her, as it filled that gap in her soul that was causing seemingly endless emotional damage. She's absolutely sure that the change in her feelings was only possible thanks to the light generated through giving service, Johrei, prayers, and reading the divine writings. Currently, the relationship with her father is great. They speak often, and she is committed to visit him as frequently as she can. Baudelaire is very thankful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for the permission to have this family issue resolved. Her commitment now is to continue serving in the realization of paradise on earth, assisting others to elevate the atmosphere in their homes so that they become paradise-like. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this beautiful faith experience, and I wish you a very wonderful day.
This brings to conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.